Hi, my name is Brittany Naylor, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Aluzun magazine. I am very honored and very excited to speak to you all today regarding magazine submissions. First off, I just want to apologize. I would much have rather been there with you all today and speak about magazine submissions. However, my schedule just conflicted and it didn't allow me to be there. But I know that Tammy has given you some awesome tips because that's just what she does. So let's just go ahead and hop right into it. First things first, I just have about 5 topics that I want to discuss with you today. We're just going to keep it short, simple, and to the point. But please, if after this you have any questions, you want me to elaborate on anything else, just please let me know, and I will leave my contact information at the end of this clip. So, getting right into it, the number one, the most important thing is that you know your magazine. You know the magazine that you are submitting to. You want to know what the magazine is all about, what they've been doing within their communities, what they want for their overall readers. What is the goal that they have to accomplish for their overall readers, as well as who their market is and who their target audience is. You want to know whether a magazine is targeting to teens, or whether it's targeting to the young adults, 18 to 34, whether it's a music magazine, whether it's a lifestyle magazine. These are all things that are very important for you to know before making your magazine submission. Otherwise, you could end up being rejected, and not because your work is not good, but because it's not something that fits the magazine. So you definitely want to make sure that you know top to bottom, left to right, cover to cover, what this magazine is all about and what they're truly trying to portray. Okay, so number 2. So everyone has a style and a tone about themselves, whether that be in music, on the television, creative writing, or just overall life. I like to call it, we all beat to the sound of our own drum, but there are not that many drums in the world. So we're all beating to someone else's drum as well. So when you submit your article to a magazine, you want to make sure that it flows within that magazine and it matches its style and its tone. That's very important for you to be able to connect with the readers as well as connect with the staff of the magazine through your style and through your tone, the way that it sounds when you read it, the way that the readers connect with it when they read it. They want to be able to see your passion, hear your passion, read your passion. That is very, very important. They want to be able, or they need to be able, to make them feel a certain way, make them react in a certain way. And it needs to be in the way that the overall magazine makes its readers feel. So style and tone, very important when you are submitting to a magazine. Number 3, it is important for you to be familiar with the article that you are submitting to the magazine. There's not too much more to say than that. We want to make sure that you know what you're talking about. So our readers know that you know what you're talking about, and they can give you the credentials that you need. So we definitely want to make sure that if you didn't know about the subject before, that you have done your research. And if you do know about the subject, that if we ask you to elaborate more within your article, you're able to do it, no problem. And that's just pretty much a simple tip. Just be familiar with the article that you're submitting. Number 4, samples and credentials. Highly, highly important. We want to be able to see your writing style. We want to be able to see your credentials, where you are published at. If you're not published, we want to see what type of work you have out, whether that be on a blog or say in a school newspaper, high school, college, just where you were utilizing your writing skills at. We also want to know how well you can adapt to different writing situations. Whereas we might always have you writing in the fashion section or the health section of a magazine, we now want to be able to see if maybe we can turn it around and utilize you in the music section or utilize you in the community spotlight section. So we want to be able to see how well you can adapt in different surroundings. We may utilize you from publication into the digital world, which are two totally different ways of being able to write, from being in publication and being digital, two different writing styles. So we want to be able to see your writing styles and see how we can utilize you in all areas of the magazine and not just stick to one. So it's very important for you to be able to provide us with the writing styles that we need, the writing samples, also with showing us where you've been published at before. And don't worry, if you have never been published, we work around that. Magazines work around that all the time, because if no one ever gives you your first opportunity, how are you able to start gaining credentials? So don't worry if you are not published yet or haven't been. It all really has to do with your writing samples. So as long as you can get us your writing samples and any type of credentials, any type of recommendations, that is what we're truly looking for when you are submitting to a magazine. Okay, we've made it to tip number 5, submitting an article to the magazine. It is important when you submit an article to a magazine that it has a fresh, new outlook. We want to make sure that your article is going to not only reach our current readers, but gain us more readers. So the fresher the ideas, the more exciting the ideas in your article, the better. So it's highly important. Once again, I like to use the word highly because it is. It's highly important that when you are submitting a magazine, that you make sure that the magazine is getting everything it needs from you. The magazine's word count is very important for your article. It's better if you don't go too much below or too much above. Both of those could get your articles dismissed from being in the magazine. It's very important about the area of interest. We want to make sure that you are submitting an article that's really interesting to our readers and how our readers are going to respond to that article. Also, response time. We are on a deadline every single day. Every day there is a deadline where something is due. So it is important that you stick to your deadline for your article. If we ask you to have the deadline or have your article in at a certain deadline, it's important that you hit that deadline or you give it to us a couple of days before. We like people who give us stuff a couple of days before. That means you're pretty much on time if you are early. So it is important with submitting a magazine that you just follow the rules and the regulations of the managing editor who is reviewing your article. And that's basically it. That's just my quick little 5 tips for submission for a magazine. I am very happy to speak with any one of you through email, through phone, to elaborate more on the tips that I have spoke about today. I also want to be able to tell you just a little bit more about Aluzun Magazine. Aluzun Magazine is a music and lifestyle magazine. It's started off quarterly, but we bumped back to bi-monthly. So every 2 months we are coming out now, and we are first set to come out September the 1st in the fall. That will be our debut issue. So we are very excited. It's a very diverse magazine. We knew when we started that we wanted to have, we wanted to be able to reach everyone. And to be able to reach everyone, we didn't want to be just an in-town magazine. They didn't want to be in town. They wanted to be able to reach out and reach everyone around the world. So that is what's very important to us right now, is reaching everyone. So it's about self-encouragement and self-promotion. Most of the articles that we take submissions for have to do with those things. Self-encouragement, self-promotion. It has to do with articles talking about how someone started at a mess and now they're at their success. So we're definitely all about different types of things regarding success and stories regarding that. Also, with our music section, it's called Exclusively Underground. We want to speak to those music artists who are up and coming and they really want to kind of get their name out there. So we want to be able to help them do that. We also work with the mainstream artists. We also talk about mainstream things that are going on and happening in the community. We also have a youth spotlight where we take youth advice from a youth, which we think that that's exciting to try to pull in our younger readers. But it is based on, I want to say, our target audience is about 18 years old to about 49 years old. So we've kind of got a big target range for that. But I welcome the submissions. I'm very excited to get any submissions from you all at any time. So you guys feel free to give me a call, contact me, let me know, one, how I did on this video, and two, just about anything else that you would like to know regarding magazine submissions from us or just from anyone else. So thank you so much to Tammy Tooley for allowing me to have this opportunity. Thank you so much for all of you for listening to me ramble on about magazine submissions. And if there's anything that I can do for you or any of us at Aluzun Magazine, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.